All right. Well, my name is Kevin Steinmetz. I work in the mayor's office for the city of Greenwood. And today is a discussion on the 2023 Community Development Block Grant that meets our public meeting requirements. We're just going to go through a general overview of the 2023 program. The program year will start October 1st, 2023. That will lead to a grant year with the eligible time to spend down the majority of the money from that point until September 30th of 2024. The federal government via HUD has released a projected amount we'll receive of $287,627. That is down, as you can see, slightly from 2022. There's a bunch of factors that indicate this, but ultimately it is just a formula that's based off the total amount that the federal government approves, and then it's split between eligible communities across the country. The goal of the CDBG program is to provide a community that has decent and affordable housing with suitable neighborhoods and allows for economic opportunities for all. It is meant to be flexible. Greenwood has used it for many things throughout the past couple of years. Eligible activities under the program include the renovation of homes to create home ownership opportunities, a repair program for specific homeowners or rented homes, rent assistance to prevent homelessness. This is something that we did extensively during the COVID pandemic, down payment assistance, but also public service, which includes food pantry assistance. Another thing that we've done extensively over the past couple of years. Senior services, we've done some work there. Child care or youth services, we have a new grant that we're getting ready to start on that. The Greenwood Education Foundation. Job training, we've attempted to do some of that before. Also allows economic development. We get to head down this path, this particular basket of funds. And public facility improvements, which we definitely have. Improvements for park facilities, ADA improvements to streets, intersections. We have done extensive work in Northeast Park with more funded to come. Trail, shelter, skate park, all in that part. For our consolidated plan for the city, the goal was to provide safe, decent housing in Greenwood, to help members of our community who are most vulnerable, to continue investing in our public infrastructure, and to be a spokesperson for fair housing. Why are we here? Which is both an existential question in life and a more practical one for today. We are here to figure out ways to meet the goals we talked about before, and it provokes questions like, what are some places that Greenwood residents go to for services or for when they need help? You know, is it the United Way? Is it the food banks like the one at Our Lady of the Greenwood just across the street here? Is it the school systems? These are all things we've tried and will continue to try to hone in on as we move through. If a Greenwood resident cannot afford,
so the online participants, we have another participant, but the online participants, if they want, they can.
Oh, they can answer the question, sir. So if you guys want, I can't see all you are, but if you want to, you can answer this. Oh, Katie and Kevin, hey, I'm big fans of hopefully those start with K.
Yes.
If Greenwood residents can't afford their rent or mortgage, or experiencing a financial emergency, where might they go for assistance? What we have seen primarily is through churches and United Way. CDBG funds have to link back to support affordable, decent housing. And it begs the question, what type of housing services are most needed in the community? Answers we've gotten before through this project. Again, when after everything's off, feel free to fill in that others, but fixing housing stock that we currently have, or making it accessible. That's one project we're doing right now. Helping homeowners or renters, I should say, affording the shelter we do have, and helping current homeowners improve their housing to make it more livable or accessible, or any others. If, again, one of our participants has any thoughts. What are some supportive services that are needed in the community? I will state that we have tried to invest in these through a variety of means. As I said, we've done Purchase Alliance grants. We have invested in basic needs such as food and shelter. Have some new things in the works, as I said, at our children through the Education Foundation and music therapy. But there is no doubt a huge pull here for this sort of service.
Does anyone have any thoughts?
Yeah, if anyone has any thoughts, just speak up through this whole thing. I can be quiet. If not, I'll keep rolling. Are there public facility improvements needed in the community? And this is one that we have spent the majority of our funds on, and I can tell you it's an absolute yes. Beyond just the ADA challenges that were mentioned before, there are accessibility and upgrades needed in many neighborhoods. We focused really on making the neighborhood around Northeast Park more livable and more dynamic and accessible through public investments in the city's parkland. Just for the couple folks who are on, or if someone watches this, as it will be recorded later, what we found over the past couple of years is for your applications, make sure to complete the budget, show what funds your organization is putting in, show what you're contributing and what you're requesting from the city via the grant program. Include outcomes that can be measured, that are time-based, and most importantly, things that you can achieve without putting too much stress on your organization and your volunteers. Have a plan to sell your product, in this case service, or whether it's a food bank, to the community. That's a tough one. We found that even though we have resources, getting people connected is difficult. And be overly clear in your answers. There is a web page on our general city webpage that has a variety of interesting information, including information about current grants, finances, and this process for new grants.
Which are due on Friday, June 9th.
Which are due on Friday, June 9th. If anyone has any questions. For this cycle, we're doing cycles every year.
We do a cycle every year.
And it's greenwood.in.gov/CDBG. And that is the end of the slideshow. If there's any questions, I can answer them now. You can also submit inquiries through the webpage, and we can get back to you. It's a dedicated email that will hit, so we can get back to you with any clarifications by that site.
Does anyone have any questions? Let's get you to it.
Yeah. Molly's gonna help me get back to Zoom. I didn't mention her name, perhaps she didn't want me to, but Molly Lau also is in the mayor's office. Helps with all aspects of this program.
Can I get that to a Zoom where we can see the participants? We're already in a meeting.
It's all right. But yeah, if you do have any questions, myself, Kevin, or Molly Lau, who works for the city as well, can walk you through it. Appreciate those who showed up online or those who may watch this later. And I'll hang on for just a second in case there's technical difficulties in asking me questions. Okay, thank you very much.